Hi, I am Varsha Srivastav, and in this video, I will explain a Bollywood movie, Dangal, which is about Mahavir Singh Phogat, a farmer wrestler who decided to fulfill his dream of winning a gold medal for his country by training his daughters for the Commonwealth Games despite the existing social stigmas. The story revolves in a small village of district Bhiwani, Haryana in India. The movie starts with Mahavir Singh Phogat watching on Olympic game for wrestling in his office. TV is broadcasting that India's role in wrestling is very poor. A new employee, Vivian, joined at the office, argue with Mahavir about wrestling. So, Vivan challenged Mahavir to wrestle because he was a state champion, but he loses by Mahavir, a national wrestling champion. Mahavir also works part time at a local wrestling ring and he is very talented in terms of wrestling and its technique. But he was forced by his father to give up the sport in order to obtain gainful employment. He could not take a part in Olympic, therefore he has hopes very high that his future son will win gold for country. His wife Daya Shobha support him morally but keep having girl child back to back 4 times in a row, being Geeta Babita, Ritu and Sangita. Finally, Mahavir Singh loses all hope and lock away all his wrestling equipment and medal in a trunk. After 13 to 14 years, one day, a neighbor family having two sons of age 13 years old comes at his house to complain about their sons being beaten by Geeta and Babita. Mahavir assumes that his nephew Omkar has beaten up those boys. However, he soon realizes that it is his older daughter who have done this. The girl happily demonstrate on their cousin Omkar. Now, Mahavir realizes their potential to become wrestler and begins coaching them. Mahavir starts their training by being very tough coach, waking them up at 5 a.m. every day. He maintains their diet and restricts street food and make them exercise. The young school-going girl hate their boot camp. It is tough and they are constantly falling asleep in school because they are so tired. They also teased in school for waking like men. One day, the girl decided to trick their father and not wake up for training. They changed the time on the alarm clock and sleep peacefully. They also make excuses of how their long hair is causing issue in the training. So Mahavir then gets a local barber to cut his daughter's long tresses. The girl pleads, but he does not pay heed. Girls also get teased for their short hairs. They hate their father for making them going through so much embarrassment. One day, they attended a schoolmate's wedding without telling their father. When they tell their friends who is getting married, how they hate their father for making them going through the wrestling training, she replies that it was nice of their father to at least give them some training unlike her who was being forced to marry at age of 40. The girl learned to appreciate their father. Now girls realize that their father wants them to have a good future and not grow up to be a stereotypical housewives. Next morning they set for training and from then on they train real hard. Mahavir allows them to wear shorts for training and he even allows them to eat chicken. When Geeta, the elder daughter, is ready, Mahavir takes them to another village for wrestling. All people oppose that they would not let a girl fight with a boy, but due to lack of audience and as a means of earning more money, the organizer agreed. Almost all villagers arrive to see girls fighting and everyone is positive that she will lose very badly. Now Geeta chooses her opponent and start fighting. She fights very well, but at last she loses. Everyone in the crowd is amazed by Geeta's talent. Even if she loses her match, she is rewarded by 50 rupees by organizer. Mahavir preserves these 50 rupees is in album as a memory. Due to the loss, Geeta is not able to sleep and asks his father when will next wrestling fight be organized. All the people in the village who were previously accusing and backbiting about Mahavir Now start cheering for Geeta and Babita and look towards them with pride. Both the sisters soon become impossible to defeat and wins every next wrestling tournament. Mahavir unable to afford wrestling mates, so he is used two-layer mattress and train them in freestyle wrestling to prepare them for competitive events. Geeta goes to win the junior and senior championship at state and national level before heading to the National Sports Academy in Patiala to train for the forthcoming Commonwealth Games. Once there, Geeta makes their friends and begin to disregard and reject and the discipline that she has been brought up with. She regularly watches television, eats street food, grows her hair. Her coach training methods and wrestling technique differ significantly from her father, which she believes are superior. During a visit home, after taunting her father for his old technique, she defeats her aging and visibly exhausted father in a ferocious bout that ensues. Babita tells an unrepentant Geeta that she should not forget their father's technique and reminds her that she owes all the success to him. Due to her overconfidence, she loses four big tournaments in Moscow, Indonesia, and other places. Her father is upset, but he is not keen to talk to her. In the meantime, Babita also becomes a professional wrestler and wins local championship. Babita also qualified to go to the National Sports Academy in Patiala. Here, she sees how her elder sister has lost her way. She gets her sister to come back on track by patching up with her father, who has moved to Patiala with their cousin. Geeta, however, finds herself losing every match at the international level. Subsequently, her coach coaxes her to compete in the 51 kg weight class from 55 kg. Frustrated and persuaded by Babita, she tearfully makes peace with her father, who comes to Patiala and begin coach them secretly. Learning about this and furious with the Mahavir's interference, the coach wants the girl to expelled. But sports authority allow them to continue and ban Mahavir from entering the academy. Determined to continue assisting his daughter, Mahavir obtains tapes of Geeta's previous unsuccessful boards and quotes by her, pointing out her errors over telephone. When it is the time or the Commonwealth Games, Geeta has to wrestle with Angela Watson, to whom she had lost earlier. Geeta almost loses her match because her coach asks her to defend only. However, her father asks her to attack or defend depending on how the opponent plays it. Mahavir constantly contradicts her coach's instructions while sitting in the audience, which she follows while disregarding the latter. Just before the final match, the coach plays dirty and gets Mahavir locked in the stadium so that he is not present in the stands to guide her. When Geeta is doing her final round, Geeta is lost without her father's assurance. However, she remembers a piece of advice he once gave her. She remembers him telling her that she must make her own path and that he would not always be around to save her. Geeta lags behind, managing to win the first session while losing the second, trailing by 1-5 point in the final round and 9 seconds left. She recalled the tactical techniques taught by her father and 5-pointer that despite being difficult but was not impossible. Geeta executes it on her opponent in the final 3 seconds, taking the score to 6-5 in her favor. Thus, the winning round she won match by 2-1. And as soon she has getting the gold medal, Mahavir can hear the national anthem of India and comes to know that his daughter has won because the national anthem only rings for the winning team. In this process, she becomes the first Indian female wrestler to win gold at Commonwealth Games. Thanks for watching the video.